Every 4 years, America chooses a president. It's the most exciting event in our nation at the time. The thing that amazes me is the whole process. Suddenly, out of nowhere, candidates pop up, Republicans, Democrats, liberals, conservatives. And then we begin studying them. We put them through the debates, and the mainstream media asks them questions like, stand up, identify yourself, raise your hand if you believe that we came from monkeys. You raise your hand if we believe that the earth is 5,000 years old. What was your favorite color in first grade? Who was your favorite teacher? What was your favorite subject? Oh, it's amazing, it's just amazing. And then we scrutinize them for errors, and then we get into hate ads. He's too liberal, he's too conservative, he'll spend too much, not good for Washington, no good for America. But then, after it's all said and done, the election is determined by one little phrase or thing. Let's go back to Bill Clinton. Remember this?
And when I was in England, I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it. And didn't inhale, and never tried it again.
Maybe we should have gone with the guy who inhaled. Inhaled a lot, inhaled everything. Now, 4 years later, we had George Bush, a Yale graduate, against Al Gore, a petrified tree. And people had difficulty choosing between the tree and the Yale graduate. And so, what did they do? They couldn't decide after all the ads, and so they said, who would I rather have a beer with? And that's what determined the election. People felt George Bush, a man of privilege from one of the wealthiest, most powerful families in the world, was like them. Who had never had a job till he was 40, was never sober, but he's just like them. So let's have a beer with him. He became president. 4 years later, John Kerry, throwing his war medals back. And, oh, we studied him, but what was the phrase that determined the election and gave it to Bush? He was for it before he was against it, and he was a flip-flopper. So let's go with the guy who's always for the wrong thing. That's what happened on that one. Now, of course, 4 years later, we have inexperience. A man with slogans who had no qualifications for the job. Let's try that one. Let's try the guy who's not qualified. And he's got good slogans, I'll tell you. And we elected him. And look at what happened. Now, I really think I could just go to a shopping center, pick a guy out of a car with 2 kids and a wife and an executive job and go, you're president, and we could do better. So America, what are we going to do this year? What level are we going to stoop to now, man? What idiotic thing are we going to determine our president? How will we know? Come on, surprise me. Come up with something. The ugliest, the tallest, the baldest, the one with the most hair, the shortest, the fattest. Pick something good. I really can't wait to see how we decide. Thank you.